live early today, only because I want to get these stories out here. Now, this is a reference to, if y'all don't know nothing about AARP, a lot of people would say it's for old folks or whatever. And it was recommended to me on my YouTube page, on my YouTube, you know, I guess for you page. And and I'm thinking, I'm like, YouTube, I got like 15 more years, about roughly 14, 15 more years before I be considered that. Well, not, yeah, considered. But anyway, so I said, all right, so but people that's 18 can sign up for that. So then they got some great discounts. So don't sleep on that just because y'all talking about it's for old people. I mean, shoot. But yeah, so a story came across there, and I have a similar story, and that's crazy because the similar story is at first I was gonna be like try to talk in like third person, but I figured somebody will benefit from this story. Somebody could use this to their benefits. I mean, that's what I'm here, halfway here to help y'all. But so the story basically was about a lady that she had met some online lover or whatever. Somebody had persuaded her to go online and do online dating and give it a try. And so she did. Well, I'm gonna try to sum it up as fast as I can after watching the video. So she basically trusted this man. He was sending checks. He had sent her $100,000 check, and yes, $100,000 check. And she said that was the first red flag for her because she felt like, why is this man sending me $100,000 check? And she tried to turn it into the authorities, but they said I don't think they wanted anything to do with it. So I think she went to the bank to try to verify if this was a verifiable check. And the check was cool. Mystery. I was at Mystery. How you doing? How you doing, Samurai? How y'all doing today? So basically, long story short, she basically trusted this guy, and he went ahead and started putting they were putting some money into the I think he trusted her enough to get into her accounts. She basically had allowed him to go into her life savings. She got some stuff transfer over. How you doing, Jamie? How you doing today? Good to see you. She basically trusted him to the point where they said like $900,000 was her life savings or something she had withdrew from her 401k plan. And where is your live from? I'm in the US, in the state of Virginia. Yeah, I'm in Virginia on the East Coast. So that kind of relates to the story that I have. And I'm gonna try to sum mine up because mine's happened in 2022. Now, before I get into that, let me play. Okay, so yeah, where are you from, Jamie? Yeah, so I'm gonna play some chill music today. Which is I'm always on chill. Razia, okay. Nice. Matter of fact, I was just reading about Brazil. I might have to come there at some point to when I get deep into my fashion stuff. So I think she's living in state. So, okay. So, all right. So, basically, I'm going to take y'all back to 2022. This is kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, I have a good reason because I felt that I could trust this person because, well, I felt like this was a connection to a person that I had knew at the time. And the person, even though that person has displayed some really, it was some very questionable behavior. These I liked your lipstick. Thank you. It's this MAC. What is this? This, what is this called? I hold on, y'all. Well, that light is not coming on. What is this? The name of this MAC lipstick or the line that comes from, well, it's called Dance With Me and the number 102. It's some kind of matte collection that they got. MAC Matte, MATTE collection. So yeah, this is one of my favorites because I mean red is my favorite color. So this is like, this kind of gives me, I don't know, it's I can't explain this color, but it's a little deep, man. It'll come to me later because I can't never think of what the color scheme is. So I don't know, but it kind of reminds me of Ruby Woo a little bit, just a little bit. That's like one of their OG shades. But so yeah, y'all. So back to what I was saying, like what was I talking about? Okay, so back in 2022, I got the same type of ordeal. Now this was this guy was guys under military, U.S. Army, and the person that had orchestrated this, he was formerly in the army or whatever. So I'm thinking he might have known this guy and got pictures from him, probably stole pictures from him. Who knows? I don't know. And ultimately, he basically had me to he, first of all, he was being all nice saying, oh yeah, we're gonna get married, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, I got this money for you, I'm gonna, and then he sent a Pizza Hut dinner one night. So all of a sudden he started asking me for my Zelle from the credit union that I was affiliated with. He started to get he wanted my PayPal, he wanted the Cash App. So all of a sudden, all this money kept going to the PayPal, the Cash App, and the Zelle. And I mean, it's always seemed like a scheme or whatever. So, but he always wanted me to transfer it to a Bitcoin account. And these, of course, these were coming from different places around the world. I saw some Switzerland, some came from Europe, some came from the US. But then I'm getting messages from these people saying, you took my money. And some of them said it's for a concert. And I said, oh, so they come into my PayPal talking about they want a refund. Then PayPal got to investigate and look into it. So after a while, it kept coming through. This was thousands of dollars. But then he wanted me to start giving him money. So the person that I was affiliated with, the guy I was affiliated with, he basically started to show like approve these transactions. So I'm thinking that, all right, cool. And y'all know they got that Nigerian voice. Some of them, they get these scams with the Nigerian voice or something like that. And I'm not saying all the scams, because I mean they scams. I've been seeing all types of Indian, all types of stuff. So long story short, as I can always say, so when he got so the last straw, because he had asked me to put $1,800. He was like, you need to sell so and so and give me the money. He even asked for some money from the 401k check that I got, and I said, no, I'm not giving you that. I don't know you like that. I mean, even though I mean, you about the affiliation or whatever, I'm not giving you that. So one day, the credit union had called me, and they brought me in for an well, not brought me in for no investigation, but they told me to come back because they saying your account was involved in some kind of scam and investigation. And I'm like, what? And after that, I said, okay, this something ain't right with this. And they kept insisting that they use the PayPal. This was one of the reasons why I don't really truly trust PayPal transactions to this day. Cash App, I don't mess with Cash App no more. So in the Zelle, these people run scams through there. They got a network and a transactional network that they just be sending money and to be going back and forth. And I mean, I could tell y'all how much, it was a lot of money that was going through, and I wasn't putting into the Bitcoin because it was one I had to transfer to they digital wallet because they always do this crypto. That's why I'm gonna tell y'all some of that cryptocurrency. Especially if somebody asks y'all to invest in cryptocurrency, you have to do your research. You better do complete and proper research before doing that, because I guarantee you, off the top, they're going to have you somewhere where you're going to be. If you got some kind of deep investment, you are going to lose out a lot because you can't trace that money back. You cannot trace it back for nothing. I have tried to trace that money or whatever. I tried to go and report these scams to the platforms that I was involved with, and they were not, they couldn't trace it. And then they were saying that this guy, I mean, he just disappeared off the platform. He kept calling me on the WhatsApp or that Telegram, always calling me on the Telegram, asking me this and that and the third. And so it was about, so I'm thinking off top, it was about $53,000 that was just transferred through the network, through me or whatever. And I'm not even gonna lie, me being the person I am, I'm saying, if you gonna have me caught up in this crap, I took some of the money. I sure did, because they took some money from me as well. So I said, let me take some of this money from you. I'm not, no. So, but ultimately, I told that person, I'm not doing this no more. I'm about to report your transactions to PayPal and all of them, and we ain't got nothing else to do no more, because you gonna get me. I'm not trying to get arrested. And then a lot of times you got to pay that back in taxes, and then people they will it probably won't come up now, but it'll come up later, and you got to do an active investigation. So when it comes down to these romantic when these people, y'all meet these people online and they start talking about, oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, so there was a check from a credit union in North Carolina. I was sent a check in the mail. They said go and cash the check. Some told me not to do it, and I'm glad I didn't. I went down there and I scanned the check and I sent it to the credit union. I said, can y'all run these numbers? They ran the numbers. The thing was fake, and I'm thinking it was under, well, how much was that thing? It was about $5,000, something like that. So then I tore that check up, and I never looked back. But after that, I kept getting these WhatsApp messages from this person, and the other person was being a coward. He could not face me or whatever. So so to wrap this story up, when they start asking for Telegram, if they asking for that WhatsApp, if they asking for if they're trying to communicate with you, and if they send and I'm gonna tell you, if they send you flowers or food and they got your name, you cannot process or see their name. Don't accept anything from them, because ultimately they're scamming the hell out of you. See what these people don't understand. These people online can always assume the identity of another person, and you'll never find out who they are. And so you have to really, really be careful of and weary of the folks that you come across. Cause I mean that experience kind of scarred me for life, especially when it comes down to me dating men. I mean, I don't trust no guy with my money. And I'm kind of, and I'm sorry, it's like I'm kind of like type A with that anyway. Because I mean, I have gotten some bad results in the past when it came down to, you know what I'm saying, you know, I mean, I have gotten that before. So ultimately, now I am really, really shrewd about who I let, you know, deal with, well, me, period, and my money. Cause I don't, yeah, I don't believe nobody should have access to your accounts, especially if you're not married. Now, if you married to them, or y'all have an agreement to have an account together and you can trust this person, I can see that. But even with that, you got to be very careful, because what if the person get mad at you or something and they decided like, oh, well, I'm gonna take your money and I'm gonna run off and I'm gonna leave you high and dry. Because I've heard that plenty of times. I heard, you know, on both ends, a woman taking a man's money and then running off, you know, to be with somebody else. I know a story. My mom had told me about a story about one of her old friends. She when the man was serving in the Vietnam War, he took the money, or she took the money from his accounts and went and got married to another guy in the service. But of course, that marriage ended up being one of the worst mistakes she made, because there was a lot of tragedy in that marriage. So God don't like ugly. So, but at the end of the day, getting back to what I was saying, when this comes down to money, and then even women, I mean, shoot, I mean, I've got used before, but I mean, you know, you got to be careful when you have when you dealing with money, and because I mean, when you're nice and giving, people think you're stupid. And so but even with that, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, don't be stingy, but also you have to know how to deal with people as well. It's like, don't, like, so they won't use you. So that was a lesson I had to learn throughout my life too. And I was taught that, but I had to learn the hard way as well. But back to what I was saying, you don't trust nobody with your accounts. No crypto, no savings, no 401k plans, no stocks, bonds, nothing. If you work hard for that money, especially, and if you and that person don't have a committed relationship, which I mean a marriage, don't, and like I said, I don't even, with that, I even tread lightly, because like I said, if the person get mad at you, or they want to go and step out on you and do some other stuff and spend money on other people, and if you that type that you, and these people online, they're known to do that. I know a lot of people have dated people from online, and they wish to God, not even, you know, nothing crazy going down, nothing dark going down, but they ended up regretting because that person ended up being something that they weren't. So I highly suggest, when you're dealing, if you meet somebody on the WhatsApp, and then all these people be coming on your WhatsApp, they be coming in your on social media, they come in your DMs. Nobody answers those. If you answering them, I please don't answer them. Don't answer that. I mean, because like I said, when they come into your comments, or they come on WhatsApp and want to communicate on WhatsApp and Telegram, they are always usually from another country, or they're associated with another country, or some undisclosed place where they don't have to be caught. They can't be caught, and that everything is it's, you know, they're basically it's untraceable. It's an undisclosed location, and I mean, for what? And so yeah, so me, when I say that, because that now I don't know, because like I said, I can't use Cash App anyway. But I don't like Cash App. I never did. I just used it because, I mean, I was trying to make some quick. Somebody wanted to buy some food, or they wanted me to buy some food from them. Yeah, like a plate or something, or they on site, somebody wanted to buy something for the when I had my business. Yeah, I would do that. But I don't like Cash App, so I'm kind of glad I can't use it anymore. But still, the turmoil from that, the WhatsApp, I don't use that crap because I feel like, if we can't text on the regular phone, then I don't need to talk to you. And then, yeah, y'all need to be wary of those two. Cause I mean, I know some people. I mean, if it's a business, a legitimate business deal, they're normally gonna contact you on Zoom, and they'll hit you on your actual email, and they'll hit you on your phone. So, and even if, and then that's another thing that they were talking about that they was saying on that video. The girl, the lady was saying that every time she had requested to meet up with this person always came up with every excuse in the book. And that person that I was supposed to meet up with, or I was supposed to be, there's supposed to be a love affair, and then he's going to give me the world. He has $4.1 million in the bank, and he don't need my chump change, and yada, 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 yada. And I'm like, okay. But every time I asked to meet the guy, he would never come out. And like I told y'all, I was associated with the guy that I was talking to, formerly talking to. But I mean, and like I said before, after that situation, after that incident, I was not here. I said, you know what? I definitely cut that guy. I had to cut that guy off because he was like, I said, that right there, when you mess with somebody and to that point, to that caliber, I'm like, okay, I didn't do anything to you. So why are you you gonna come at me and get me involved in some little cryptocurrency scam? Yeah. No. So you guys, please be careful if y'all. And I'm like, these days, online dating needs to be. That is like one of the. You need to meet these people in person. You need to get the actual idea of this person. Y'all, you need to understand what they do, because a lot of folks these days they definitely learn now that things are the way they are. They can tell you that they are they could probably tell you that they work at some kind of IT firm, and they making out you know what I'm saying, close to the like a $500,000 a year and all that. They can tell you anything, man. So that's where I draw the line when it comes down to. And I mean, I know people I really never did online dating. All the guys that I've dated, I met them in person. I dated them because I knew them, and I met them in person. But I attempted an online date one time because it was a guy that was in the military. But when I met up with him, we just didn't vibe well, so it didn't work. I mean, nothing happened. But I'm just saying, I saw like some of my friends and family that they want plenty of fish. And let me tell y'all about plenty of fish. I know I'm gonna went off the tangent, off the romance, but it all correlates. So the plenty of fish, right? I know somebody that went on plenty of fish, and they had met somebody that was in the military, and this supposed to be some high-ranking colonel or something like that. Man was crazy as I don't know what, crazy as hell. And I remember when the person in question, I'm gonna say my friend, she told him, I don't really want to be bothered with you no more, because you really crazy, and I mean you very demanding. He would call her all the time, and I think she went out with him a few times. I don't even remember if she had sex with him or anything, but she said that one day she told him that she couldn't do it no more. She tired of him. He crazy as hell, and I don't want to talk to you no more, right? That man went off on her, and he told her, he said, "You fluffy weave wearing bitch." I said, oh. And of course, at that time, it was funny because at that time she was wearing these, she had hair, but she would wear a lot of wigs or, sew-ins and stuff like that. and they be looking, they were really kind of big weaves or whatever. So she was taken aback because she was like, it was kind of funny. I wish you guys, it was funny, but it was sad at the same time, because those people online, they are very, very insecure. They'd be like, if you say something or do something to them, if you meet up with them that they don't like, they will insult you and call you everything. And that's why I said, that's why I couldn't do it. That's why I never got into that online dating BS, because, and then aside from the fact, and then I had one of my friends, she was telling me that she went on a date with one and they ended up going somewhere, and she ended up, the meal, I think she ended up paying for, not, I don't think she paid for his meal, because she said, oh, since you want to do that, I'm not paying for nothing. I'm going to pay for mine. And then I think she left him right at the restaurant. She told him to get a ride home, and I think he messaged her and called her all types of B's or whatever, you fat B-I-T-C-H or what. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. I mean, I know it's hard dating out here. I know it's the ghetto for real, for real. And I mean, I understand it. However, online dating is not the way, because you're gonna find some characters that you wish you never ran into. And I mean, you can do it, but I'm telling y'all right now, don't do it. Don't do it, because I mean, like I said, yes, dating in 2025 is it's a whole situation. However, I really feel that if you're going to date, just don't expect anything from anybody. Just let it flow. Just let it, just happen organically. If it's meant to happen, if it's not, that's fine too. But if you know what I'm saying, but just let it flow organically. And y'all, I mean, if y'all get together, y'all get together. Because that way you get to know the person. You get to find out about the person. You get to see how the person is, because you really ain't going to know a person until you move in with them. They say it's 3 things how you really know how, three things. They said when you move in with a person, when you have to deal with a person with money, and you're going to definitely know about them if you got to have a kid with them. So that's why a lot of them say just don't have no kid by anybody, because you have a kid by somebody that you don't like, or I mean, y'all end up, because I mean, I've seen some really extreme stories about these women with their baby fathers, and some of these men with their baby mamas. You gotta be careful with that, because you got to really watch who you have a child by. And so when it comes down to online dating, ain't no way in the world I would have to date a man 2 years if I met somebody online. And these days, right now, I'm just focused on my goals. I'm like, dating is just not on my list right now. It's just like, whatever. I mean, that dating is not on my list right now. I am focused on my goals. I mean, whatever comes after that, that's fine. I mean, but when it comes down to dating, if you're gonna date, don't date nobody online. Please don't date nobody online. Don't date them, because, and then I mean, even not just for the men or the women. I mean, the women up there are weird too. It ain't just the men that's weird. The women up there are weird too. Cause I feel like this: if you gotta look for a man or a woman online, you really got something wrong with you. You either looking for something that you either looking for something that you trying to get out of somebody, or you just not a dateable person. And there's a lot of undateable people out here. Because they're like, they throw narcissists all around too much these days. Even though I got my philosophy or my opinion about that, but when it comes down to, it's a lot of mental disorders with people these days. So they probably are not necessarily dateable unless they trying to get themselves together. But sheesh, y'all, dealing dealing with dating is so hard. Because I feel like this. I mean, if you're not willing to put up with somebody, you're not going to have you're not going to have a successful relationship. And I'm not saying settle for the biggest loser you can find anywhere. I just feel like when it comes down to that, you got to really, really, really understand. They talk about settling. When I say settle, I don't mean settle for just anything. I will never tell anybody to settle for just for anything. But at some point, you're going to have to settle because nobody's perfect. But you got to find who you're willing to settle for. Make sure they got most of everything checked off. And if they can't meet that, then you probably need to bounce. However, if they are, if they meet at least half of that, then just give them a chance, because ain't nobody perfect. There's nobody perfect. And I mean, like I said, you got, don't date online. Because like I said, the guys that I have been, I have been with, I've met them in person. I knew them in person. I actually liked them enough to give them I actually liked them enough. So I'm like, I wanted to see what was up with them. So you got to be very careful and watch. You got to check the person out. You got to check people out. I mean, you ain't got to please. I mean, you don't tell them that you're checking them out, but you check them out. I mean, it's but so much information you won't be able to get unless, you meet. Well, I mean, even if you meet their family, or even if you meet their friends or whatever, even if you meet a lot of them or whatever, you still ain't gonna know that person for real, for real. I'm a true philosopher about that. Because, I mean, a lot of people hide what they doing. So there's a lot of people, they'll be like one way with around. Like for instance, like one of my family members, they were one way around their family and one way when they went home with their spouse. I'm telling you. So be careful about that. Just be careful. But like I said, these days, take your time when you date in 2025. I mean, just getting off that, scams, cryptocurrency scams and dating online. Take your time when you date these days. I'm a true person, or I'm a person that believes finding out who you are first. Worried about yourself, and then you go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. In 2025 and beyond, go with the flow if you want to date. Don't expect nothing. Don't expect no relationship. Don't expect nothing. Go with the flow, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know. And then a lot of these people are talking about, well, it needs to be a certain way. You got to, like I said, don't settle for the lowest of the low. But at the same time, you got to understand, no perfect person, and you're gonna have to deal with something. Because what if that person might be really, really good on the surface, but what if they get sick? You gonna abandon them when they get sick? I'm not that type. I could never do that. When a person gets sick, if I committed myself to that person, I couldn't do that. I'll never leave a person while they sick and down. Of course I'm gonna be like, you need to take care of yourself, but I would never kick a person while they down, because that's wrong. And you treat people how you want to be treated. So in the events of that, because like I said before, this is not the 1950s. This is not the 1960s. Hell, it's not the 70s or the 80s. I felt like relationships started getting real, real complicated when the 90s came in. And that's just from experience of looking at, my folks, my family and all that. That's when relationships start getting real complicated. And but it's not like it used to be back in the day, where you be in a relationship, you can pretty much expect something to happen. You ain't getting that these days. And I mean, because everything is so loosely, you know. I mean, I don't want to touch base on some of this stuff because it's real controversial, and I ain't trying to do that. I'm not doing that on these lives. I am not doing that. So, yeah. So, oh yeah. So y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a new topic before I end this live. I don't want to stay out here too long because it's gonna get dark. But so I have decided that it would be a great idea for me to just record lives for the rest of the year, every day for the rest of the year. Even if I jump up here for 15 minutes, I don't have to. It's not like I said, I don't have to be up here super long to, you know, make a point. You know, I'm trying to think of like what I'm saying is, I'm trying to see if somebody walking down the street, but y'all, because I get kind of like when people be like walking past. And anyway, so what I'm thinking about, like I said, I'm trying to do this to the end of the year. And a matter of fact, I'm gonna say this: I'm trying to do this, do these lives indefinitely, until definitely. Cause I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. This is actually, I didn't think I was gonna like YouTube live. I didn't think I was gonna like lives, period. But I like YouTube lives for the simple fact as how this is streamlined to me, and then also these convert into videos, as like I said, as opposed to TikTok. Your lives are just your lives. And yeah, I feel like the lives do, because over there, those people, they can make a lot of money doing live shows. But I got one of these days I'm gonna try it out for a longer time, try to do it like 30 minutes to an hour over there. But but over here on YouTube, I'm loving this. I'm like, I should have done this sooner. So I'm going to be doing that until the end of the year, because I'm going to do it indefinitely, because that's the way I'm feeling. That's the way I'm growing. I mean, I'm going and growing with this. So yeah. And then also I'm going to start doing like little fashion shows, because that's really what this channel is about. I'm really focused on fashion and product reviews and fashion reviews. I'm really want to, you know, pick up some pieces that people can they'll start to like, and they'll get to discover, like, you know, because fashion to me is like, fashion is art. So, and I'm pretty much, I'm an artist. So yeah, so that's why I'm gonna do those on whenever I get a chance. I probably won't be doing too much interaction, of course, with the comments and stuff of whatever that nature, but I cannot wait, y'all. I definitely cannot wait to do those type of live streams, because they'll be fun. I'll be already dressed in my bodysuit, and then I'll just go ahead and just throw in some little knickknacks where, you know, accessorize and shoes and all of that, of course. And, you know, but that, of course, that's gonna be worked out. And of course, if I can get, when I get into location, you know, a more stable and more spacious location, which is, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and count that to be soon. But yeah, so anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be doing live streams every day. I might just be coming up here 15 minutes, y'all, because I don't want to get too, because sometimes I don't be having a topic. I just got to think of a topic off the top of my head. It's pretty much like those little car chat yappity yaps that I'll be talking about, or what, that's like one of the playlists I have on my channel. But I want to do yeah, these lives, and we'll do 15 minutes tops. We ain't got to do nothing 15-20 minute tops. If we go over the 30 minutes, that's fine too. I ain't even mad at that, because like right now, it's almost, this live is on about 40 minutes long. I mean, because I don't know, I'm starting to love this YouTube live is really, this is on point. So why y'all ain't tell me about this earlier? I wish I'm seeing, I'm in love with this. This is actually, and it took me a long time. I could have just done this throughout the whole year and would have been like in my element. And I'm just now discovering how really cool this is. This is a really okay, cause I've done in the past on one of my old Instagram channels. I've done what channels? Pages. I've done lives up there. It's one night I remember I had my cousins. We had rolled around doing some DoorDash. What was the DoorDash? Yeah. We rolled around doing DoorDash and just dropping off orders in a city near me, and it was like, it was fun. It was in the late of night. We were just kicking it. Just, we had music playing. We were just riding around getting paid. And it was like, and that was like, of course, during the pandemic, because that's when you were getting the money. I got this ugly ass fly on my windshield. Don't fly in here. Don't fly in here. So yeah, y'all, I'm like, that's all I'm gonna be talking about tonight. I'm about to go ahead and go back into, because y'all see I'm in the car and I'm about to go back in the house. You know, clean up my room, eat me some dinner, and get ready for tomorrow. But yes, I'm definitely, but like y'all be looking out for those. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing it for the rest of the year. I already said it. I said okay, cause we didn't I make a video, y'all. Oh man, you would come in here at the. Uh-oh, y'all. Okay. So we gotta stay up here a little 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes. Let's. Well, I'm gonna stay up here 15 more minutes. Come on. We're gonna go here 15 more minutes. Aura came in the room, boy. Yup, so, but yeah, or I was just telling, who's ever on this live, much love to you. I was just telling them that I'm going to be doing this for the rest of the year. I'm going to be doing a live stream every single day for the rest of the year. Even if it's 5, 10, 15 minutes, it doesn't even matter. I'm just here for it. And I just want to get this, yeah. We're going to get it. So, yeah. So, since you in here, since you are the question man, go, baby, go. Oh, hey. You a mess. Yeah, so definitely that's what we doing for the rest of the year. We got to get this, I'm y'all, let me tell y'all something. Some things you just you just need to do. You got trying to turn over a new leaf. So that's where I'm at with this whole YouTube journey, because I felt like I had put some time in and I was just doing it. I'm telling you, this was just a hobby for me. At one point, it was just something I would do in the car, ride in the car, or I said, okay, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this and, record a video in the house or wherever I be. If I go ahead and go to a hotel for a night, I'll go and record there, yada, yada, yada. But now it's like, I feel like, well, dang, because this is the platform that I really, really have the most engagement with. Honestly, this is the only platform, and I feel like, why in the world I just won't just take this seriously? Because obviously it's working for me. So I'm gonna, a live stream every day, even whatever comes off the top of my head, whatever ideas flow in the atmosphere. I am definitely going to see how it transpires, and I'm actually making moves again. I'm so proud of myself. I thank y'all, because it wasn't for y'all sitting up here looking at my little goofy antics and my videos, even though I be feeling like I need to do something else. But y'all be in here with me. Said, you're doing the damn thing. Transparency is key. Aura, yes it is. Aura, yes it is. I mean, you know how I am. Thank you, Aura. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, or I mean, y'all know how real I am. I'm not the type of just go ahead, just be saying stuff or just try to be something that I'm not. I can't live my life like that. I can't ever live my life. I mean, of course, when you get elevation, you probably gonna change a few. Or when I'm not changed, you're gonna tweak some things about yourself because you got to keep up with your newfound life. So, but at the same time, you still got to be yourself. You got to be real, and you got to be relatable to these people, because that's people don't want to see all that fakery and facades and counterfeit stuff. They don't want to see that, because these people they live, like I was saying earlier about these people online. They on the online dating. Not only do they catfish, they were catfishers. They're like, they always trying to portray themselves to be something that they're not. And of course, not everybody, but a lot of them are trying to present. You don't know them. You really can't expect them to be something. They can tell you anything. Every time I know somebody that dated somebody from online, I only know like one person that had a successful relationship from an online dating. And I mean, I haven't heard from that girl in a long time, but but I think she ended up marrying the dude. I think she's on my Facebook. She's still married to the guy. That's like the only successful relationship. Everybody else said they had horror stories. But of course, some of them, like I talked about, that plenty of fish. Even the Christian mingle. I remember my brother came to me and talked about, yo, you know about the Christian mingle. I said, Christian mingle. Why would you even make a website like that? There ain't no Christian people up there, no true Christian people up there. And really, let's be honest, who's really practicing like they should these days? Rat Nation, come on, bitches, be useful for one. Bring the box here, mother. Rat Nation, bring the. Oh, you would have got some started, or they're coming through. Man, I had a couple. Well, I don't know about the bots. I don't know how many bots I had today, but them bots, they'll come back. Hi, Anki, how you doing? How you doing? Glad you came back today. How you doing? Good to see you today. Christian Mingle wasn't nothing but dang freaks. I am back. Yes, I see you back. But yeah, but welcome back, Anki. But or let me tell you about Christian Mingle. I know it, but it was a white woman that I knew. She had actually gone on that website, but she said when she went up there, she met somebody. Of course, they were just looking for some sex, and then of course it's some and she said I think they were looking to get money out of her. He was like, I need a place to live. I'm a widower and all of that. Okay. I'm doing great. How about you? I'm doing great today. It's going well. It's not, the weather ain't too bad today. It's not bad at all today. So today is a good day. And we kind of, y'all, these days been going by so fast. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, the next thing I know, it'd be like 3 p.m. And if I go to work, then my days I have to go to work, I just, some of these days been so slow because the season is like slowed down. And it seems like it gets slower when you don't have too much to do. So it got to the point where they just have us by ourselves because it usually being another person, but it's so slow. So the season is, the traveling season has kind of dissipated, and it's not, yeah. But these days be going by so fast. Otherwise, but yeah, back to what I was saying about those online dating sites, because like I said, fine, may I know what you do for a living? Okay. I'm a pretty much I mean I work in hospitality. Working in I work for hospitality, but I'm a freelance writer too. So, what do you do for a living, Ankit? Now, but yeah, y'all. And then they were talking about these. Um. Okay, so like we going back on the tangent. I had went back on we back, but let's go back to this online dating thing. Well, let me ask you something. Or have you heard of Plenty of Fish? Have you heard of Plenty of Fish? Let me know in the comments, cause like I don't know. I have seen the time leaving here, man. I suggest all my good chosen peeps to conversate with God and get ready for his major upcoming plans. See, the ones that's ready to receive that message, they're going to receive it well. You know, I mean, receive that message well, because I mean, if y'all don't see what's going on in this world and seeing what's going on, if you living in the United States, you don't see what's going on in this country, I don't know what to tell you. It's highly suggested that you pay attention to the signs and the things that are in front of you. And yes, this in that time, because I mean, for me living, I've never seen time go by this fast. Never. And I'm not talking, I mean, even when I'm at work, time does go by fast. I mean, when it's slow, but it still be fast for no reason. So, yes, I work for U.S. Healthcare Insurance Company. Oh, wow. What are you an insurance agent? Do you do are you in the pharmaceutical sector, or I mean with a pharmaceutical department, or yeah, I mean what exactly is your specialty when it comes to the US healthcare department? I mean, well, the department, US Healthcare Insurance Company. So yeah, but yeah, that the what I'm trying to say. Okay, yeah. I don't know. But that's like a link up site for for freaks and sexual things. Adult friend finder. I knew somebody that was going on that site to find women to screw. It was one of my coworkers from back in the day. That fool was so nasty. Oh my goodness. He would look for women to be having like different on the weekend. He just go up there trying to find freaks in the area to have relations with, and I'm like, bro, you. But he would tell all of us, because we all had a little group that we hung out and we had a little lunch table, and we all would just sit up there be talking, and the next thing I know, he's showing everybody his phone. He just didn't care. I'm into operations, working as a senior analyst. Oh wow. That's pretty impressive. Man, you're a senior analyst. Do you these bots have become advanced. They have become advanced. Yeah, or I believe so. They have an advancement. Well, I mean, okay, so Anki, so being that you're a senior analyst, what's some of the things that you do? What are some of your job titles? Things that you do? Yeah, advanced. It's all about the advancements. But yeah. So yeah, that these I never trusted anything online. I remember Craigslist. I remember me and one of my old friends. I deal with claims and appeals. Oh, Oh, claims and appeals. Oh, is that a very? I could imagine that's a very stressful job. AK, how do you handle the claims and appeals? I mean, how do you stay stressed? Well, relieve the stress when you are dealing with the claims and appeals. So what was I saying? Like the Craigslist, yeah. I remember it was one of my buddies I used to work with. She was we were talking about the Craigslist killer. A lot of these people had gone to meet up with these people at their homes or whatever. Some of them met up with them for jobs. The next thing you know, you see their bodies turned up somewhere. And some of them would invite them to their house, which I thought was the stupidest thing you could ever say. Uh-oh, yes. Black Planet and Periscope, yes. People used to, I know some people that actually met somebody. Okay, y'all, so I can't even sit up here and act like I'm so innocent when it came down to this internet stuff. Because, okay, I remember, what year was that? Was it 06? Okay, yeah. Okay, so me and my best friend, his sister, he brought this other guy, and then we all went to King's Dominion. And this is before he got married. Yeah, this was way before he got married. So okay, so we went to Northern Virginia. First we went to King's Dominion. Then we drove up to to Pentagon City Mall in Washington, D.C. And I was supposed to meet up with this guy that I met on Black Planet. And of course the guy didn't come. Of course he didn't come. I remember that to this day. That was so funny. He did not show up. Of course, he didn't answer his phone or whatever. I said, oh, okay. But that's about right, because when you meet these people online, they are not, so a lot of times they don't like, okay, I don't want to meet this. Like, what's the point? This person, the challenging thing, you need to sit for 8 hours and then you can complete all of the work on time. Yeah, I don't like sitting for 8 hours, because I mean, that's so boring to me. I've had a couple of office jobs and I tried to sit down for 8 hours, and I always got up to go to the bathroom, get up to go to get a snack, to get a cup of water. It's really challenging. But and you definitely got to complete the work on time. Because I know somebody that works in contracts, and they do, I mean, working for like the healthcare industry that's a very stressful job, period. Even if you are doing administrative or you actually doing physical care for the people, that's a very stressful job. Or it's challenging if you want to go there. But yeah, absolutely. Thanks for understanding. Yeah, completely. Cause that's not a job that you just like, you can't take that stuff lightly, because you playing with people's health. And that's one industry I didn't really mess with. I could never. I had thought about going to school for nursing at one point, but I said I am not the nursing type. No. Cause I don't like dealing with blood. I don't like dealing with, and a lot of those patients, it's not their fault, but if they sick, they get very mean with you. And some of them, they because I've been hearing a lot of them those patients been going off on these healthcare workers, and I'm like, I ain't cut out for that, because I know me. Because I'm nice to you, because I'm gonna be nice to you, but if you say or go or take it there with the violence, yeah. That is not something I want to be involved with. So, may I know, are you married? No, I am not married at all. I am not married. So, yeah. But yeah, Black Planet and Periscope. I didn't mess with Periscope too much, but I have gotten up there to Aura. That was fun days though. That was before social media got very complicated. Yes. Yeah, it's like, but what's the, oh, you combat. Uh-oh, combat. Mortal Kombat. Um Ankit, are you married? Yeah, so that, yeah, I'm not. Healthcare can really be, like I said, healthcare is just, that's one of those industries that you really have to have patience. You got to go, like I said, two industries or two jobs that you need to make sure that you are in it and not just for the money. Teaching and being either a nurse or a doctor. Anything, nurse practitioner, anything, even if you are x-ray tech or nothing, something like that, I don't care. You got to do it because you love helping people. Anything related to healthcare, you got to do it because you love people and you want to see people improve their health. And you, and a teacher, you trying to get those kids taught or adults taught, you got to be in it for that. Because I mean, teaching don't pay no money. I mean, this is coming from I'm a child of a teacher, so I mean, wow. But I'm saying you cannot go in those two professions and think because if you go in there without for the money, I don't have no respect for you. I can't respect nobody that goes into any of those professions just because they, I mean, yeah, nursing pays a buck, but no. Means you didn't get the right partner? Or are you interested in getting married? I'm gonna put it like this. I am open to that if it comes to that. You know, because I do respect marriage. I love marriage if it's based on the right foundation. I know this might sound a little like, you know, it might sound cheesy or might sound, but I mean, but it's real. If you going, you got to go into marriage for the right reasons. That's just like I talk about those two professions. You got to go into it for the right reasons. And but I definitely, because I've always said I wanted to be married ever since I was a kid. But I mean, just because it didn't happen now doesn't mean it won't happen. However, I don't want to get married for the wrong reasons. And I don't want to get married to a guy that has the wrong idea. So that's just like, that's the way I'm at. Yeah, but I definitely wouldn't mind getting married one day when that time comes. I'm not married to in search. Yeah. Man, you can just, you take your time with that because that's not something you rush into. Just like you don't rush into having children, even though sometimes you just having children just happens. You just don't, just something you just don't rush into. Teachers don't get paid no way. So there's hardly no way in that for money. You have to have love in order to last because that's really not a high salary occupation. Exactly, or exactly. Because I mean, all the people that I know, especially the old school people, they love teaching. They actually went it for because they wanted to teach the children. They wanted to enrich those children. They wanted them to have a education to lead them to having a better life. So you have that is something that I really I can stress. As far as like because I mean nowadays I know here lately I've been knowing a lot of people, they started teaching because they want to clear some student loans, or I don't think that's a good reason. You should never want to go into teaching, especially in urban schools, just so you can clear your student loans. I think I don't like that. You got to actually want to be around those kids and actually do something for those kids. And would not do something for those kids, want them to succeed in life. Because I'm pretty sure you have some teachers that wanted you to succeed in life. So you should want the same for them if you go into that occupation or go into that field. So, y'all excuse that stupid noise. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this light on. How deep is your love? But yeah, so definitely. Um, but yeah, but Ankit, but I mean, I'm wishing you the best in your search because like it's hard out here to find someone that really compliments you or whatever. You know, I'm all about going with the flow because I don't feel like you should rushing into marriage if you're not prepared to be there for that person. If you're not prepared to be there for that person, and if that other person is not prepared to be there for you, I don't think you should get married. Just stay, I don't know, y'all stay in your boyfriend or girlfriend or situationship or whatever y'all are. I can see you being a fashion instructor or a king. That's what's gonna happen too. Somebody told me that I was gonna be doing some instructing with fashion some way, and then you go it because I mean it's like you kind of got a spiritual gift. No, you do. You have a spiritual gift when it comes down to So I'm definitely going to do that, especially after I start designing my own brand of stuff and I can kind of, guide some people through the business aspect of it. I'm also getting into perfumery at some point. So that is definitely, we're gonna see how that goes. May I know what made you sitting in the car, what made you sitting in the car for going live? How can I rephrase this without I'm gonna say the reason why I do this is because I need my peace. If I do it in the residence where I'm staying at, it's gonna be noisy and I'll have other people calling my name constantly and interrupting my lives streams. And I don't want that because I get sick of that. Because I'm also, it's so much peaceful to be in the car to talk to y'all. Now trust me, when I do my fashion show streams, I won't be in here, of course. But it's so much peaceful to be in here and I can actually talk to y'all without getting called 2 or 3 million times and getting distracted. Because if I want to do a 2-hour live, I want to be able to be like, without them calling me. Because I could be in there and they'd be calling me, Aziza! And I'm like, no, I don't want to be. I need a nice, peaceful environment where I can, express myself and we can talk and I can talk to y'all sitting in the car, basically. So that's in a nutshell, man, kid. So anyway, next question. But yeah, Oracle, somebody told me you gonna be teaching something. So that's why I said I probably and it might be something where, like I said, I definitely could be I actually see myself being a fashion teacher. The anti Oh man, I tell you. It's that. Okay, so back to what I was saying though. Yeah, so I'm really, that fashion teacher. Oh, I see. My parents say get married quickly so that your partner and your kids, when you grow up, they look after you and vice versa. You know what? That's a good thing. I mean, I really okay. So and kid, okay. We're gonna go back to this fashion instructor thing because I mean, I'm telling y'all some of my plans, but we got to talk about that a little bit. But as far as like, okay, so This is my philosophy about that. About you get married and have your kids, and then so your kids can look after you. I don't want I was never the person to try to want to have kids so and burden them with me, or be burdened with my health problems, you know. Um I wouldn't want them to do that, cuz that wouldn't be fair to the children. As far as like, you know what I'm saying, I don't want them to feel like, okay, you know, my mom and dad had me, but you know, now that they're getting sick, they want me to. I want them to do that because they care about their mom and dad, or they care about, you know, they care about their parents, and they want to help them out, you know. But I don't want to burden them, because I will also tell my children, if you don't want to take care of me, I'm fine. I'm not going to expect you to. That's not, I mean, you know, I mean, it's up to you. Cause I mean, you know, some people, they think that you know, that a child is supposed to take care of their parents if they get sick. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, the children, if the parents been good to the children, sometimes you feel like maybe the child would return the favor, but that don't always be the case. So, but I don't want to, but I don't want to disappoint myself, feeling like, okay, they don't want to take care of me when I get older, when I get sick. And well, God forbid, I'm sorry, I don't claim that stuff like that. I mean, I put it out in the universe that I don't, you know, because I mean, the older you get, you're going to have some kind of ailment, but you don't want to get sickly to the point of like, can't, you know, take care of yourself. So, but I see what you're saying. Also, times get afraid how I'll be in my 60s, 70s. Well, let me tell you something. I know if you take care of yourself, if you literally take care of your body, your everything that you're doing, just take care of yourself. Avoid all the crazy stuff, you know, drugs, alcohol, all of that. I mean, if you do it, you better do it in moderation. But even with that, be careful with that. But if you take care of yourself for the most part, you probably won't have too many health problems. And then, I mean, of course, life happens, things happen, but at the same time, you should be fine. You'll probably be able to do for yourself for the most part. So, because I mean, we all don't know how long we're gonna live, but you do want to just try to take care of yourself the best way you possibly can in the meantime. So, oh, sometimes I get afraid. But I mean, sometimes I be thinking about that too. I'm like, I'm gonna get real sick. I mean, but I don't claim that stuff. And don't claim it. Don't think about it. Don't claim it either. Cause I know a lot of people that's like, don't claim that stuff. You'll be fine. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, get married quickly, and then you have the kids and stuff like that, and you have a family. Cause I mean, but family is important though. I really feel that you know, that's what a lot of this society is missing, you know, these days, because nobody really cares about it. Everybody's getting mean towards each other, so it's important. Hold on, Alzheimer's and dementia. Alzheimer's and dementias. You got to be an ignorant person to be saying Alzheimer's and dimensions. You got to be ignorant as hell. Oh man. You got to be ignorant. So, Alzheimer's and dementias. I have no bad habits. I have no bad habits throughout my life until now. What you talking about habits as far as what is your bad habit, Ankit? Cause you have no throughout your life until now. What kind of bad habits do you have? But yeah, back to you, Oral. Let me see. Now the fashion thing, because like I said before, somebody had came up here earlier talking about they were from Brazil. When I say that there is I mean, they got the manufacturers down there that I feel like I will probably use as far as like the manufacturing for my stuff, I will probably, when I get into that, I'll probably be able to teach that. Because I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, when I go through this journey, I'm the type of person, I learned the hard way. I don't usually study what somebody else went through, because I'm pretty sure that my journey is not gonna be like just like theirs. I mean, they can get like taking drugs. You take drugs, and kid, you take drugs. Yeah, so it's like I would probably teach them, you know, okay, good. I mean, but like I said, everybody is going, they're going through something. And if you are you are taking, you know, you into, oh my gosh. Not at all. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't judge no more, because I used to be the type that be like, why do they want to do that? Why they want to do that? But you can't really, you don't know what these people are going through. But I'm just saying, if you can get a hold on that, please get a hold on that. But you said you're not, so you're good. You're good. You are good, love. You're good. But yeah, like I was saying, the business aspect of it all, or I got to, you know, because I'm like, when I had my business, I was supposed to go and get some mentorship or whatever. And I do believe in mentorship. I do. But I'm also one of them hard-headed type of people that got to learn for myself. I'm very hard-headed. I mean, that's probably why I got most of the problems I got now. Yeah. So that's why I say I kind of wish I would have, you know, in some aspects of my life I would have got a mentor, but that's why I'm home. That's why I kind of started this YouTube, or that's why I do some of these segments on YouTube, so I can help somebody so they ain't got to go through the mistakes I've been through. Because like I was talking about earlier about that cryptocurrency scam that I was into, or I got to been a victim of trusting somebody, but whatever. Crack is whack. I done made too much money to ever smoke crack, B.I. You better not go and smoke no crack. Shoot. That stuff, admit. I know plenty of people that smoke crack. They lost so much. Even and then, you know, that crack, well, you know, you lose your teeth. Your faculties are messed up. Even you still have aggressive tendencies. And like I said, one of my parents was a teacher, and they had a whole bunch of crackhead students. So, you know, they are those babies were so aggressive because they were so, you know what I'm saying? The parents were taking crack while they were pregnant. So, I mean, you leave that crack alone. I don't know why people feel the need to get up. Do you feel alone as you are not married? Not really. Not really. Well, I'll put it like this. Like I said, me being the person I am, I do believe in marriage. I do believe in partnership. I do believe in that stuff. That I don't care. I mean, I know even if, you know, I got, you know what I'm saying, I've been through a lot of disappointing situations, but I do still believe that can happen. And I still believe it will happen. I'm just saying, but I'm not looking at that, because that used to be my priority and my focus at one time. But right now, it's more so I shifted my priority focus to bettering myself. And like I said, everything like that will come back behind it. And it will be something, you know, it will flow at its own pace, and it will flow to me. I'm trying to let it flow to me and not, you know, push for it. Because I'm like, when I always push for it, the guy that I was dealing with would always pull back, or it would never work with them. So I'm just letting it flow to me the right way. That's all I'm saying. May I know, have you ever fallen in love? I know, have you ever fallen in love? Yes, I have. I have. It doesn't bother. I mean, that's a lie. When anybody falls in love, know that it's like being in love is like, it's not easy. Cause I mean, you the same things you want for yourself or your family members, you want for that person too. And it's like, and if that person disappoints you, you just be like, what do I do from here? But I mean, but I'm also I'm the type of person, I know, it's just like, it's either gonna be, it's what is meant to be will be. That's all I feel like. People who don't have a true relationship with the Most High don't have lonely problems. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, sure, you may want human interaction at some points in your life, but you are human. But you are human, not lonely. No. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you won't be lonely if you know what I'm saying, if you are truly, if you, yeah. And like, or like a lot of people, I mean, I don't expect them to have a spiritual, don't have a spiritual mind, or what, not a spiritual mind. They have a spirit filled with God like you and I do. But so that's why I said, when it comes down to them, when it comes down to it, it's just like, I just, you just got to look at it from a different lens, I guess. Because I mean, yeah, you're comfortable being by yourself. I'm comfortable being by myself. But a lot of people are not. So and I mean, now, even though, like I said before, I am all about love and being in a partnership, but I just want to make sure that that person want to be in a partnership with me, and ain't, just hanging around me because they just bored or whatever. So get out of here, mystical. All right, so, but yeah, but you are absolutely right. You may not want human interact at points in your life, but yeah, so that's for real. I agree here. Okay, I agree with you. Now I have to leave. Bye. Take care. See you later, Ankit. I will see you later, but I hope you have a good night and be safe out there. Be very safe. And don't let nobody get you down, all right? And that shows that they should seek a relationship with the Most High, because God will never leave you lonely, feeling lonely. Yeah, or I just, like I said, there's a lot of people, that's up to the person. I mean, you and I get that, but a lot of people don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or that they're not there yet, or maybe they won't get there. It's up to the person. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like this. Because, I mean, even if you do have a relationship with the Most High, he definitely wants you to have some kind of interaction with others. But they also got to be, they also got to be at peace with you and your presence as well. Because, I mean, God wants us he wants us to be with others. So, but as long as the person's not selfish and they're thinking about themselves, yeah, it can be a great bonding, spiritual bonding, if you will. Oh, mystical, get out of here. Used to call you mystical. How? How used to call you mystical? All right, Ankit. I'll see you later. If you come back tomorrow, I'll see you later. Have a good night. Yeah, so but yeah, that, how did they call, what the hell did they call you mystical? Yo, what is it? What's that thing you be so about? The Yeah. My cousin used to call me Mr. Okay, or I've been saying my cousin used to call me mystical the whole time. All righty, righty. What other questions we got? Yeah, I don't think that many people did. Oh, where is Gargamel's? Gargamel. See, I ain't heard from Gargamel. Gargamel told me that the pizza parlor had closed down. The Gargamel, the Guac 2000, the Guac 3000, the Guac. Okay, I'm getting stupid now. It never fails. But yeah, I can't wait to be a fashion instructor, or that's a dream come true. That's my dream job. And when it all said and done, designing and being a fashion and being a fashion teacher's instructor. It's like, but yeah, where are the Gargamels? The box done left down, shaking my head. They ain't good for shit. Well, good night, I guess. Yeah, let's wrap this up. I was supposed to wrap it up about 6:30. I mean 7 o'clock. All right, or we'll kick it in. We'll kick it into high gear tomorrow. We'll keep. Well, actually, I'm probably ain't gonna do it that long tomorrow. But well, I mean, we'll have some kind of conversation about it. I figure I'll go ahead. I'm gonna do my live streams every single day for the rest of the year. So yeah, or let's go ahead and end this right here. They playing this Soul for Butter Love by Next, so it's time to go. All right, I'll check with you. Brr. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming back. Brr.